The bank called saying I owed $850,000 on a mortgage I never signed for a luxury house I'd never seen. After investigating, I discovered my sister had stolen my identity to buy her dream mansion. Mom said, "Family helps family, just pay it." Dad added, "Your sister deserves nice things." Sister smirked, "Thanks for the house, sucker." At our next family dinner, I slid the police report across the table along. She went white. It started with a phone call that changed everything. I was sitting in my cramped studio apartment, eating leftover Chinese takeout and watching Netflix after another soul-crushing day at my accounting job, when my phone rang. The caller ID showed First National Bank, and I almost didn't answer. I figured it was another telemarketer or some automated message about my checking account. "Hello, is this Michael Thompson?" The voice on the other end asked. "Yeah, that's me," I replied, muting the TV. "Mr. Thompson, this is Janet Richardson from First National Bank's mortgage department. I'm calling regarding your delinquent mortgage payment on your property at 1247 Millionaires Row. You're currently 3 months behind on payments totaling $15,600, and we need to discuss immediate resolution." I nearly choked on my low mane. "I'm sorry, what? There must be some mistake. I don't have a mortgage with your bank. I don't own any property." "Sir, according to our records, you signed a mortgage agreement on January 15th for $850,000 on a luxury home valued at $1.2 million. The property is registered under your name and social security number." My blood ran cold. "That's impossible. I've never signed any mortgage documents. I live in a studio apartment and barely make $45,000 a year. There's no way I could qualify for an $850,000 mortgage." "I understand your confusion, Mr. Thompson, but I'm looking at your signed documents right here. Perhaps you could come in tomorrow to discuss this matter? We really need to resolve this before we're forced to begin foreclosure proceedings." "Foreclosure? On a house I'd never seen?" I felt dizzy. "Listen, Janet, I'm telling you there's been some kind of error or fraud. Can you tell me the address again?" 1247 Millionaires Row, in the prestigious Oaks subdivision. I'd heard of that neighborhood. It was where all the wealthy people in our city lived: doctors, lawyers, successful business owners. Houses there started at $750,000 and went up from there. The idea of me owning property there was absolutely ridiculous. "I'll be there first thing in the morning," I told her, already feeling sick to my stomach. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept running through possibilities in my mind. Identity theft was the most likely explanation, but who would have access to all my personal information? And how could they have passed a credit check for such a massive loan? I arrived at First National Bank at 9 a.m. sharp, dressed in my best, and only, suit. Janet Richardson turned out to be a middle-aged woman with kind eyes who looked genuinely puzzled by the situation. "Mr. Thompson, thank you for coming in. I have to admit, this is quite unusual. Let me show you what we have on file." She opened a thick folder and spread out documents across her desk. There was a mortgage application with my name, social security number, date of birth, and current address. But the signature looked like mine, but something was off about it.